Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back into the show. Yet another episode of Crushing Fantasy Football. I am Bryce Lockridge, your host of the show. All right, guys, the season is upon us. We're a little bit less than 3 weeks away from the start of the NFL season. So what I'm going to be doing today, guys, is I'm going to be giving you 5 players that come at an extreme value. They're going in the later rounds. Sometimes in underdog drafts, they're going in the middle rounds, but they are going in the later rounds on most platforms in your everyday redraft leagues, and we have our redraft home league drafts coming up. So I'm going to start right here with the first player on my list, and that is Raheem Mostert. Now, this is a guy who last year was the running back 2 in all of fantasy, and now all of a sudden he just absolutely plummets. This is because of the addition of Jalen Wright. This is because mainly the fact that he's 32 years old, right? It's an age thing. Everybody thinks that Devon Achane is going to come in and just absolutely explode and take over this offense this year. While that could happen, I think that Raheem Mostert still hasn't technically lost his starting job. I mean, this kept happening last year. Achane would be ranked ahead of Raheem Mostert on a weekly basis, and Raheem Mostert was the starter every week and outperformed him every week. I wouldn't put it past Raheem Mostert to have one more really good season. I know he's 32 years old, but this dude is an elite talent. He's extremely fast. We know how well speed does in this Miami Dolphins offense. Raheem Mostert has all the speed in the world. He hasn't lost a step. We saw that last season. This dude is primed to explode one more year. He's going in the later rounds. He's a steal. Next player on my list is going to be Caleb Williams. Now, obviously, a good preseason performance this last game. Didn't do anything on his first few drives, but then on that drive before the end of the first half, made a phenomenal pass to Rome Odunze. This dude has an absolutely loaded wide receiver room. I mean, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and Rome Odunze. I mean, this is a loaded wide receiver room. We've got a good pass-catching tight end in Cole Kmet. I love the upside for this offense. I think the Bears could outperform expectations this year. Caleb Williams is going late in drafts, and he actually has an outside shot to be a top 5 overall quarterback in all of fantasy. Next player on my list is going to be Xavier Worthy. Now, this is a guy who looked very good in this last preseason game. Obviously, this dude has game-changing speed. And if you have the ability to get open downfield when Pat Mahomes is your quarterback, that's just a recipe for extreme success in fantasy. He has a shot to finish as the wide receiver 1 in this offense. I think that this offense is going to be the highest scoring offense in the entire NFL this year. Vegas has them projected as being one of the top offenses. I think everyone has them projected as being one of the top offenses. And Xavier Worthy is going to be the benefactor of this. We saw how easily he was able to create separation in his routes in this last preseason game. This dude is just way faster than everybody else. He's going to be open. He's going to create extreme yardage separation. And he has the best quarterback in the game throwing him the ball. There's not much to think about here. This dude is a smash deal in the later rounds. He's going in the middle rounds in a lot of underdog drafts. But in your everyday redraft leagues, he's going very, very late. And he has the opportunity this year to be a wide receiver 1. Even as he literally has the upside to be a high-end wide receiver 1. All right? Realistically, maybe a mid-range or low-end wide receiver 1, but he has the upside to be a high-end wide receiver 1, and he's going as like the 70th pick in ESPN leagues. Next player on my list is going to be Chase Brown. Now, this is a guy who is getting all kinds of praise in training camp. Everybody's starting to really talk Chase Brown up. And there's been a lot of people saying that Zach Moss is going to lose his starting job and Chase Brown is going to be the starter here. If that happens, this dude's going to absolutely explode. I called him as a sleeper last year. He had a few really good games down the stretch. He's obviously a very good pass-catching back. If this offense does anything like what we think it's going to do, Chase Brown should absolutely explode this season. I wouldn't worry about the fact that he's running behind Zach Moss because you're getting this dude for free in the late rounds. Take a shot on him later in your ESPN leagues. Next and final player on my list is going to be Matthew Stafford. Now, this is a guy who dealing with a minor injury, but I think he's going to be okay. He's going to be ready to start week 1. He's got elite weapons in Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp and even DeMarcus Robinson. People sleep on DeMarcus Robinson. This is a 3-headed monster at the wide receiver position. It's not all about Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. DeMarcus Robinson is going to eat as well. I love the upside for this offense. I think that Matthew Stafford is going to absolutely explode this year. And much like last year, I think this offense will outperform expectations. All reports are that Cooper Kupp is looking phenomenal in training camp. He is a massive draft day steal, and Matthew Stafford is going to be the one supporting Cooper Kupp. So I love the upside for this offense. We've got 2, even 3 very, very good wide receivers to head this wide receiver room. We've got an elite back in Kyren Williams. I think that this offense is going to be one of the more efficient offenses in the NFL as long as everybody stays healthy. So I love the Rams. And by default, I love Matthew Stafford, and I think he's a great late round value. All right, guys, appreciate it. Catch you later.